So just tackling this screen now. This section's not too bad. Not as bad as the first section. So I've just gone past the Kirkstyle Inn, where the start of this walk I'm about to do usually starts. I'm staying in Thackfoot, so I've already walked 1.25 miles to get here. But today I'm going to do, or plan to do, 5 Wainwrights, starting by going up Melbrake, which you can see in front of us. I'm going to go across to Encombe, where I think I'm probably going to go through some bog, and then go across onto Gavelfell, then Blakefell, and then finally we're going to go onto Burnbank. The weather, as you can see at the minute, is pretty nice, better than forecast, but it can change pretty quickly in the Lake District, so hopefully it stays this way and see how it goes. So we're already getting the views. Grassmoor, the higher top is clear, and Whiteside, where I was on a couple of years ago, it was a very windy day that day, I remember. I think it's going to be windy on the tops, a little bit breezy down below. So I can see 2 or 3 people just about to make the steepest hill up Melbrake. It looks a bit intimidating from here. I believe they've got some scree to climb, but once you're at the bottom of the climb, it's not usually as bad as it seems from afar. Well, in my experience anyway. Let's hope that's the case today. Well, we've just come through this gate. I'm already starting to make a bit of a climb. Nothing compared to what's coming up though. Let's crack on. So we've just come out of those trees, following this path. I'm catching up those 2 people. Views are opening up a little bit behind me. Lowes Water there behind me, getting into view. You can see across to Darling Fell and Low Fell, where again I was a couple of years ago. Got a video on my channel on that. Same with Whiteside and Grassmoor. I did a 5 Wainwright round on that one. I forgot to bring my walking poles. Anyway, they're usually just decoration on the back of my rucksack, because I very rarely get them out, but possibly could have been useful going up this scree slope today. Oh well, there's the brakes. Or is that Melbrake? Just climbed over 600 feet of ascent, and getting those views into Lowes Water and the surrounding area. So up our way on the scree, it's looking a bit grey over there. Looks like floats by us. And we're about a third, well, I don't know how far up the scree we are. It's not very easy to tell. But we've done that much so far. It's not too bad. It's not as steep as it looks from back there. It's taking a breather. Wow. So I think we're too far from the top. Must be at least halfway up. There was a bit where it was very shaly back there. So was just kind of treading shale, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But let's crack on. Shaley section, it's just a normal walk up now. So it's come from down there. Can't get a perspective on just how steep it is. It's pretty steep in places. Not too far from the top. Bit of a viewpoint here. See over Lowes Water and the Kirkstyle Inn where I started off from. Probably can see my B&B in the distance at Facthwaite. Not bad view, is it? Still getting those clear tops for now. It's a bit blue sky. Just had to go. So I think I'm on the main section of the screen. I'm getting little views of Buttermere now. So look round. Maybe some more scree to come, but we'll see. There are some more scree. So just tackling this scree now. This section's not too bad. Not as bad as the first section. We're almost at the top. We're up that scree slope now. Just come onto a bit of a plateau and getting these views of the Buttermere and across to Grassmoor. You can see directly opposite the taller one, then Whiteside, and then looking round Low Fell, Darling Fell and Lowes Water. And this is what we have left to go. Well, almost at the top of Millbrake now, just getting those last views into Lowes Water. We're on kind of a plateau now. Let's make our way up to the summit. I'm assuming this pile of rocks here is perhaps the top of Millbrake, or is it over there? I'm going to tap these first. Check on the map. Somebody's shoe on here. This is Millbrake. So I think this could be the official top of Millbrake. There's a dot on the map, which usually makes me think it's the actual top. So we'll go and bag this top anyway. We've bagged them both, so I've definitely got the top of Millbrake. The views from this point are different. We're making our way into that valley soon. On the top of Millbrake to prove I've been here. And we're going to head over to Encombe next. We're going to drop down this path and then take a path down. I think it's going to be a bit boggy in the valley, but it is what it is. See how it goes. The scree slope wasn't too bad. There was probably about a 20-30 metre section where it was basically 2 steps forward, 1 step back with the scree slipping under you, but for the most part it was quite easy really. And the second section wasn't bad at all. So I don't think it was as bad as I expected, to be fair. So I've just come to a fork in the road. And I think we're going to go down here into the valley of, mostly not of death. I'm still kicking myself. I think I had rocks in my head. So just making our way down this steep banking. Thankfully it's dry, so it's not too bad. Wouldn't like me going down here if it was muddy. So I just had to put my camera away as I dropped down that very steep banking. I figured I needed 2 hands to balance myself, and I didn't fancy breaking my camera in case I slipped, which I actually did slip, but managed to catch myself. Now we're going to make our way across this bit to get up to top of Encombe. And the rain is really threatening now. so I get the feeling it's going to rain on me. Well, the rain's come in. I'm now just putting my full waterproofs, make a way along this beck. Hopefully my microphone's still working because it's kind of hidden in my waterproof jacket a little bit. It's a bit boggy on this part, as you can probably hear. Oh, it's nearly sank then. As long as I don't sink up to my knees, I'll be fine. As you can see over there, it's brightening up. It's kind of brightening up over the fell I'm about to climb. It's stopped raining for now. As we walk down side of this this beck. Oh, that's encouraging. I'm going the right way. There's a footbridge. It's spitting with rain again. But it's quite a lot brighter than it was about 10 minutes ago. Well, with my head down and looking at the bogs, I missed my turning to go up Encombe. I believe that's the path, makeshift path to me. But look at that, blue sky. Stopped raining, but I'll keep my waterproofs on because it keeps that wind out as well. Decided brightening up quite a lot now. See across to Melbrake where I was a little earlier. I'm about halfway up Encombe, and some nice blue sky drifting over Encombe. So getting views into Buttermere, Fleetwith Pike across. I've just climbed that. Still got a bit to go. That's one hell of a slog. As you can probably hear, I'm a little bit out of breath. I've got just a little bit to go. Oh, the gradient isn't quite as steep as near the top of Encombe. You can see what I've got left. I think that's the top just there. So let's get on and do it. Gonna have a good bit of a break up there. I might even have a 1-course meal, banana, granola biscuit, bit of a drink, and then I'll crack on for the other 3. Let's get on with it then. So it's incredibly windy up here, so this will give me a microphone's a good test out. Looks as though it's picking up that wind, but we'll see. Let's make our way over. 2 people just got to the summit before me. So I finally made it onto Encombe. It's incredibly windy, but here we are. It's 509 metres. I think I come up the hardest route up Encombe, right up the side of the hill. Looks like there's a proper path taking you up, but never mind. I got up here eventually. And here we are. Encombe. 360 off Encombe. If you can hear me over the wind. I'm not sure how well it's picking up on the microphone. And then we'll go across to Gavel Fell next. Get me on Encombe. Not a bad view off here, even if it is a bit windy. So we just took an obvious path off Encombe, and it's just drop us over to Gavel Fell. We'll just drop down here and then take a right up the fell. So I just met up with a few more walkers just coming off Encombe. Probably quite liked it because I was having a bit of a break after that slog up Encombe. Now we're going to make our way over to Gavel Fell. I've just been told this is quite boggy, but I'm sure it's not quite as boggy as it was after coming off Melbrake, between Melbrake and Encombe, but we'll see. So as you can see, it's pretty boggy, but there's a bit of a dry grass to the right, so you can bypass it. we'll be climbing a little bit, so we'll be out of the bog area as we make our way up to there. Gavel Fell with a blue sky. So it looks as though we need to cross this bit to get over the brook. So we managed to jump over that bog, that stream, without any mishaps. I always envisaged himself falling backwards into the mud. I always got to remember to take in the views instead of just head down, get up the hill. Still got a bit to go to get up to Gavel Fell. My legs are feeling it a bit now. Not been out hiking proper for quite a while, so a bit of a shock to the system, but I'll be right. So I'm almost at the top of Gavel Fell. You can see across where I've just been, Encombe, and then just round is Millbrake. So you can see what I've been up, down, quite a tough walk. Got this just left to do for the top of Gavel Fell. Well, this isn't the summit of Gavel Fell. It's got some great views off it. Super windy though. You can see the cairn just ahead for Gavel Fell. Hopefully I can get over the fence, because of course you haven't bagged it unless you've tagged the top, the actual top. But we're just going up to Gavel Fell, getting some great views out to the coast. It's quite a nice day for views. Blue sky after that rain earlier, but turned out quite nice. Looks like I've got a bit of a bog to negotiate before I can get onto the summit of Gavel Fell. So there's the top of Gavel Fell. Looks like there's a stile just over here that I can climb over, make my way back to back the summit. So there's a couple of stiles just to get over, and then make my way back that short distance to Gavel Fell to bag it. So then just got over those two stiles and making my way onto the summit, negotiating my way through this bog. It's a bit boggy as we get to the summit. This one's 526 metres, I think. Here we are. Number 152. The Argument. Gavel Fell. Quite a pile of rocks. And quite windy. Sky 360 off Gavel Fell. It's quite windy, as you can probably hear. Don't know how well my microphone's doing. So just leaving Gavel Fell. Super windy on this top, but now we're making our way up to Blake Fell, which you can see across. You can see somebody stood on the summit. So we've got another two summits to do on this round. As you can see out to the coast. It's been quite a boggy route. There's always been paths to go around. As we make our way over to Blake Fell, you can see the coast of Scotland. It's quite a clear day. It turned out really nice, a lot better than forecast. So happy days. We're dropping down and then making our way up Blake Fell. Well, not too bad. Well, my legs are pretty tired now. Not used to all this strenuous hiking. Done well over 3,000 feet now with ascent. So it's quite a big day really, considering I've not been hiking for a while. So I'm just making my way up Blake Fell. It's not quite as strenuous as the other fells so far. Blue sky all around. Tops have all cleared again. Well, we're on our way up to Blakefell. I can see a body of water down there. I believe it's called Cogra Moss. Well, that's what it says on the map, if I'm reading it correctly. And Blakefell's not too far away. So just coming up onto Wainwright number 153 for the hiking journey, Blakefell. I think it's 573 metres. Incredibly windy up here. Get some smashing views out to the coast. Just doing a 360 on Blakefell. It is super windy, so I'm not sure how the microphone's doing with this wind. We'll make our way over to the last fell now, Burnbank. So we're just leaving Blakefell now, making our way over to our last Wainwright of the day, which is Burnbank. Getting some smashing views along the way. Pretty clear day considering the forecast. I think I can feel some spots of rain. There's a rainbow over Crummock Water. Don't know if the GoPro was picking it up. Just had a granola biscuit, so my energy levels have noticeably increased. So I feel a bit more sprightly. I was a bit knackered going up onto Blakefell. It's a bit boggy around here. In fact, the whole round has been a bit boggy. So yeah, negotiating bogs sort of saps your energy a little bit too. But you can't really complain. Got all them cracking views I'm getting. This is the hiking hermit at his finest, on his own, out on the fells, just enjoying the fresh air. As I'm making my way over to Burnbank, I could see some rain mist over the Irish Sea, and it seems to be coming in. Hopefully I'll be getting off the fells before that comes in proper. It's not looking too sprightly now. Not too far from our last summit, Burnbank. Well, I'm assuming this pile of stones just ahead here is the summit of Burnbank. Just got to get over the fence. Looks like the fence is, it's on this side of the fence. Don't need to climb the fence. Oh, there's a gap in the fence that I'll be going to get on my way down, I think. So this pile of rocks, I believe, is Burnbank at 475 metres. Just getting a 360 off an incredibly windy Burnbank summit. And some pretty clear views though. So windy, but I think the weather's coming in. I can see some rain mist in between the fell there and Crummock Water. I can see rain mist, so it's coming in. So they can get off the fell side before it comes in proper. But I'm making my way down now. Go through this fence, drop down that path there, and get off the fell side. Don't know if you're picking it up on the GoPro, but you definitely can see the rain mist there over the Crummock Water. I'm not sure. It'll be a race to the bottom to get down before that comes in and captures me. I'm in my full waterproofs anyway, so it's not really a massive deal. But I prefer not to be rained on, if I'm honest. That rain mist ain't looking too clever, and it's raining a little bit on where I am now. I've got my hood up. It's not full on yet. A few sheep. So just been following a path around. It's just going to drop me down onto that main path, which then take us to the side of Loweswater, and I'll make my way back to the Kirkstyle Inn. Well, I'm almost on flat ground. We just dropped down that needed your full concentration coming down there, especially on tired legs. It was one where a trip wouldn't be very pleasant. You might be rolling down the hill. The rain has kicked in as we make our way back to Kirkstyle Inn. You can see over Loweswater. It's quite bright back there. But just clamber back now. Easy walking compared to what I've been doing, so not too bad. Oh, there's a bench here. I'm not going to sit on it, but looks as though to be a smashing view over Loweswater. So if you fancy coming up here for a view over Loweswater and relax, be an ideal spot in the evening for the sunset, with a couple of beers. It's probably the only waterfall I've seen all day. I saw loads yesterday. It's kind of brightening up again now as we make our way through this, well, what used to be a wooded area by the looks of it. It's been quite a few fell trees around. And there's a rainbow again. I don't know if you can pick that up just before Grassmoor. Must be able to pick that rainbow up now. It's looking pretty distinct from where I can see. In fact, wow, it's all over. It's pretty cool. And again, the full rainbow there. Pretty cool. Still dropping down at this side of Loweswater down to the wooded area. I think this is the last sort of trek down. Now we're kind of on the flat as we make our way back to Kirkstyle Inn, and the sun's come out again. Got some blue sky. Welcome to the Lake District. Here we are now, down by the banks of the Loweswater. Sun shining upon Darling Fell across there, where I was a couple of years ago. I probably already told you that at least once. But the rain's gone, it's been blown through. Gonna leave Loweswater behind and hopefully go and get a pint. Back on like a main path. What a view. It's good to be back in the lakes. Thought to capture that. The sun's shining on Millbrake. It's quite a scene. I'll get my camera out and take a photo of that in a minute. So we're just coming up to the another parking area that I would have probably tried to park in earlier if I wasn't staying so close by. But it's a National Trust car park. This is there's a space for about 7 or 8 cars. There's a bit of roadside parking here. Should probably get about, let's a push, maybe a dozen cars. It's Maggie's Bridge. And the rain's back. I'm back at my crossroads. I'll be going to Thackthwaite, up that way, about 1.25 miles up that way. And I'm going to go and see if there's any room at the inn, which is a couple of 100 yards down this road. I'll have some food while I'm here for a walk back. Saves me looking for somewhere to eat later. So no room at the inn. Well, could have had a drink, but no room for food. So I'll have to see if I can get in the wheat sheaf again. Well, that's me almost at me digs in Thackthwaite. Just I've done 5 Wainwrights. Been quite a big day, with lots of ups and downs. So did Millbrake, Encombe, and that was a slog up to Encombe. Blake Fell, sorry, Gavelfell before Blakefell, and then finally Burnbank. With the walk to and from my B&B, it's been 13.2 miles, 7.5 hours out, and 4,000 feet of climbing. So I'm pretty tired. So I'm looking forward to a hot shower, and hopefully the Wheatsheaf are taking on people for meals and a pint.